Hello, everyone. This is the weekly review for AP World History from the week of October 5th to October 9th. We continued our four-class focus on respect and had our exit ticket on Thursday. We finished corrections in breakout rooms for the Unit 1 exam at the beginning of the week. Then we began talking about trade, some of the smaller trade routes that comprised the greater Silk Roads. And two of them that we focused on were the Indian Ocean and Trans-Saharan trade routes. We talked about the technological and cultural transfers of the Indian Ocean trade, as well as knowledge of the environment. Some of the technological and cultural transfers would have been the spread of Islam and Buddhism, and the tech transfers would have been some of the sailing techniques that were exchanged along that route. And of course, they had to have knowledge of the monsoon winds because much of that trade was seasonal as a result of their knowledge of the winds. And then we also talked about the causes and effects of the trans-Saharan trade. One of the effects would have been that Islam spread throughout sub-Saharan Africa. And one of the causes would have been the fact that the extensive amount of camels and the caravan trade that was already going on allowed for even further expansion of that trans-Saharan trade. We also talked about the greater cultural consequences of connectivity from the Silk Roads. We focused on things such as the spread of religions like Buddhism, Hinduism, and Islam, many of the scientific and technological innovations such as paper and gunpowder that traveled along these routes as well. And we focused on the contribution of travelers such as Ibn Battuta and Marco Polo. Many of their published works ended up encouraging further travel along these trade routes. I introduced the long essay assignments. We unpacked the question prompt, figuring out what type of long essay question it is. We have to formulate a thesis that presents an argument. You can't just make a blanket statement that is, that you can't argue against. You have to make an assertion of some kind with the information from the prompt itself. And what is the prompt asking you to do? It's asking you to contrast Chinese and European state centralization and administrative institutions as they occurred between 1200 and 1450. And you're also comparing the government response to internal and external factors in the developments of those administrative institutions and the centralization of the states. What's going to happen next? What do we have to look forward to? We will continue working on that long essay. Many of you will see that I already put a long essay outline in Google Classroom for you. We will research and work on the thesis for that essay. Our four-class focus next week will be effective communication. How does that work in the classroom? How do you know that you're being an effective communicator in the classroom? We will continue comparing and contrasting networks of exchange, and you will have some multiple choice question samples, a pair deck, and hopefully an Edpuzzle if I can get my arms around that technology, which fingers crossed I will be able to. We will have that next week as well. So take care.